Hello, friends and enemies, and welcome back to the channel. I am your super fluffy host, and today I shall be giving you the tale of my very first game of D&D I had after high school. It was a year or two after high school, 2005, 2006 maybe, a few years after my last game that I had GM'd and everything. And to be honest, I'd completely forgotten about D&D, well, tabletop D&D by this time. And actually located this game while I was looking up information about one of the Neverwinter Night games. I don't remember if it was one or two. It's been a while. But I was looking up information for it when I happened to find a guy who was advertising a actual D&D game. Like tabletop and all that. And so I decided, you know what? I'll check this. Turns out it was fairly local. And I got to talking with the guy who was advertising it. He wasn't the GM. He was just he was reaching out to people for the GM, he let me know, and asked if I was interested, which I was. And he gave me some basic character creation details, what all was available, which was basically everything. Starting level, like level 3 or 4, all basic starting equipment, except it was a high quality masterwork gear, and a few hundred bits of gold. But if I remember right, you couldn't actually buy anything to start, which a little bit weird, but I didn't really see it as anything too crazy. And one thing to note is that I never actually talked with the GM. It was all with this one guy. I didn't really have any red flags being raised by that. I didn't find it strange or outlandish or anything. I figured that the GM was probably just busy. So, getting character creation stuff down, when the guy lets me know the game is a furry game, I had no idea what furry was. Yeah, I'm 19 years old, no idea what furries are. I lived a very sheltered life. And admittedly, when I looked up what furries were, I got a very sanitized reading about them. It was basically oh hey, did you like Looney Tunes? Yeah, that's furry. So I just sort of had this image of Bugs Bunny running around stabbing people, which was amusing enough, and I didn't see anything crazy about it. So it was basically just, pick a standard player race, and then just add ears and a tail to it, effectively. Make it fuzzy. So I basically played a rabbit, cleric, sorcerer mix. I was going for thaumatage or something like that. Nothing too outlandish. I rolled stats, which we could do at our own homes, honor system and all that. And they weren't too bad. Decent enough that I could do that little mixture. And yeah, nothing too crazy. I was still trying to wrap my hand around this whole furry thing, but other than that, it was not too bad. It was a few days of discussing things with this guy, finding out a few more details, seeing if we knew any of the other character classes or what other people were going to be playing. And besides him playing a rogue, the only person he knew of was his best friend, who was going to be playing a bard. So, kind of a mystery what the mixture was going to be. That is until a day or two before the game was actually going to happen, and he revealed that basically almost everybody had dropped out. It was now just 3 people. Well, 3 players and the GM. And yeah, a little bit of worry there. But I mean, I had done really small sessions of my own, and so I didn't really see anything crazy about it. So, oh yeah, he did let me know that he's going to be playing a second character. And it was this the point that he actually asked me if I had any experience GMing myself, which I let him know that I did. I wondered why. I asked if the GM had dropped out, but he said no, it's just he was hoping that maybe the game would become super popular and they get more players and could do like multiple sessions or whatever. Which I figured, okay, That doesn't sound too bad. And yeah, day of the game comes. I show up at the location, a little side hole of a gaming store. Not really too crazy or impressive. A secluded space for the D&D game and all that. And there's only 3 people there, not including myself. Well, 3 people for the D&D game. So I figure, oh, this must be the entire group. But the the guy lets me know that one of the players that thought they was going to have to drop out had come back, and he was here. But that at the very last second, like just a minute or two ago, he had gotten a text message that the GM was dropping out and not playing anymore. But good news, I was now the GM. I sort of sat and stared in confusion for a second, asked him to clarify that I was now GMing, and he said that, yep, you're the GM now, and we're all waiting. Minor panic ensured. I'm trying to figure out what the heck to do, because they're all sitting there looking at me expectantly, and at this point I'm a little bit sure that there might not have been a GM, and that I had been strung along basically the entire time. But I keep my cool, ask to see everybody's character sheets, give them a look over, and I'm like, okay, I can do this. So, the players in question. We have Fox. This is the guy that I'd been in contact with, playing a rogue. He was obsessed with foxes. Well, I guess technically it's kitsunes, but still, naming him Fox because that's easier. He also had a second character, a lower level character that was a Fox Ranger. Then there was Wolf, Fox's bestest friend in the whole world, according to Fox and Wolf. He was playing a bard, and as will become clear in the story a little bit later, I am almost certain that Fox absolutely hated Wolf, because he did a lot of stuff to try to murder Wolf's characters. Constantly. And then finally we had Dragon, who was playing a druid. It was apparently some sort of a like alternate class feature version of the druid. He didn't have an animal companion, but had other things he could do. To be completely honest, he basically played it like a fighter, hitting things with a sword and casting the occasional spell. And then there, of course, was my character, a rabbit, which initially I was going to remove from the game, but Fox let me know that I had better keep it, because not a single other person had any healing spells at all. And so my character was the healbot, which I shrugged that off and figured, whatever. And yeah, that is the start of my very first game of D&D after high school that ended up being turned into a furry game that I was then forced to GM. This is just the introduction. This is going to be several posts long, as this is a longer one. But still, this is enough to hopefully get you all interested. And hopefully, I'll be able to get out the extra chapters of this rather quickly. But with that, I hope you all enjoyed, and hope you all are excited, and we'll see you next time. Well, but first, be sure to like the video, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and now I will see you all later.